100% expert on this stuff.
Be an expert.
This is, I figured ethics would intrigue people more. Ethics is concerned about what we ought to do. I traditionally like metaphysics, just about what is. It's not as interesting to talk about. So, I think that there have been some really interesting discoveries in ethics recently based on game theory. This is started as an economic theory in the 50s to describe how markets and people interact with each other, and we've kind of co-opted it in philosophy to talk about certain situations that we might find ourselves in. So the prisoner's dilemma is the most interesting of these situations. In short, the prisoner's dilemma shows that it's a certain type of situation in which if everyone does what is in their own best interest, it will actually lead to a worse overall situation for everybody. And so we display it in a diagram like this. Okay, so yeah. Can you hold this for me? Or maybe I'll just move it.
Bring the whiteboard.
All right. So we're both taken prisoners. We've held up a bank. So this side is me, that side is you. Okay. This is a matrix of values, utility values, or because we're prisoners, this is how many years in prison we will get depending on what we do.
Okay.
They have us in the interrogation room.
All right.
We have two options.
Are we in the same interrogation room?
We're in different interrogation rooms.
Okay. Are they hard? Are they tough copping us?
Yeah,
Okay.
they really are.
Okay.
And you got two options.
All
You
right.
can either rat on me
All right.
and tell them what happened.
What happened?
Oh, then we robbed a bank.
Oh, okay.
We robbed a bank.
All right.
And then, or you can keep quiet.
All right.
Okay.
I'm not gonna rat on you, man.
Good. Good.
You're great.
It's because he's experienced something like this before. He's learned to deal with the prisoner's dilemma. But let's pretend like we're ignorant.
All right.
So, if only one of us tells, we get to go scot-free, the other person gets 10 years in prison.
Oh man, I just screwed myself.
So you can screw the other guy.
Okay. In prison.
No, you won't be in prison, you'll be screwed by other people in prison.
All right.
If we both cop to it, we get 5 years in prison. Both of us. If neither of us cop to it, we only get 2 years in prison because they really didn't have that much evidence on us. They needed our confession.
Right.
So that's what this displays. The bottom value is the years in prison for me.
Okay.
The top value is the years in prison for you.
All right.
And the Q means that you kept quiet.
Okay.
and the R means that you ratted out the other guy.
Okay.
So we see here that if I rat out and you keep quiet, I get 0 years, you get 10 years. All right? But the same works for you.
Yeah.
If I keep quiet,
I would
you
never do
rat
that
out.
though.
But so overall, the best thing that we could do is both keep quiet.
Okay.
Then we'd only get 2 years. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, white collar with your time, we're out. Good behavior,
But-
we're out in like 20 months.
It is always smart for us to rat on the other guy.
What?
Why? Let's break it down.
Okay, break it down for me.
So, if they keep quiet and you rat on them, you get less than 2 years. So it's better to rat on them if they keep quiet. Because you get 0 instead of 2.
Okay.
If they rat on you, it's better to rat on them because you get 5 years instead of the 10 years that you would have gotten. So any rational person in this situation should rat on the other person. But this leads to a suboptimal situation where both of them get 5 years.
Right. Are we going to the same prison?
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
Watch your back though.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess it's also suboptimal in that we both really hate each other for ratting on each other.
I don't hate you, I'm just gonna shank you with a screwdriver.
Just because you feel nothing at all towards me, you're going to shank me with a screwdriver.
Just business.
Just business. Okay. And so this indicates that, this might seem like, oh, all right, like if we're bank robbers, this is a problem for us. But there are a lot of situations that are prisoners' dilemmas. And so a very kind of mundane one would be walking on the grass. You're not supposed to walk on the grass. Why do we have this rule? Do not walk on the grass. We have that rule because it is always smarter to walk on the grass. If other people walk on the grass and you don't, then that's just like the worst case scenario. They get all kinds of advantage and you get none. If everybody walks on the grass, everybody gets the same time advantage, but the grass dies. Suboptimal situation. If nobody walks on the grass except for you, the grass lives and you get the time saving. So that's really good. And of course, if nobody walks on the grass lives. That's good for the grass, but not really for any of us. So it is always smarter to walk on the grass. Again, that's kind of a boring example, but they get even more interesting. So, speeding in your car. It is always advantageous for you to speed in your car. Right, this prisoner's dilemma. And this can keep going. There are innumerable situations that can be categorized as prisoners' dilemmas. And some people, what does this mean? Sometimes obviously it says rational self-interest is not always going to lead to the best situation, which is a little counterintuitive because that is a common ethical outlook, that whatever is in your best interest to do, you should do that thing. That's a common explanation of motivation for action. And so some people have taken this to be explaining why we need rules such as don't walk on the grass, obey the speed limit, and other such things. So,
Yeah.
All right.
there you go. Yeah.